Hey foodies, welcome back! Today we're with the trio behind the one-star Michelin restaurant Hapag. We're tracing their journey from a private dining concept in QC to a Michelin awarded destination. We'll dive into their culinary philosophy and how Thirdy, Kevin, and Erin win as a team. Sit back, relax, and let's grab a bite with the Hapag team. So what's up, Hapag team? Welcome to Grab a Bite. Thank you so much for joining us.
Magandang umaga.
Thanks for having
Thank you for having us.
Para tayo hindi nag-part 2. Hindi nag-take 2 pala. Okay.
Take 2 na ba, no?
So how's everyone doing today? Kamusta? How's the business so far? How's Hapag?
So far, very good. Very happy kami with everything that's going on. Yeah, can't complain.
Yeah. Super busy. Masaya.
By the way, sorry for our listeners and viewers. I'd like them to know kung sino yung mga kasama ko ngayon. Since mahirap mag-introduce ng tatlo kayo, so maybe we should start with you, Chef Thirdy. Go.
Hello, magandang umaga mga ka-BiteSize. Ako si Thirdy. I am the executive dishwasher of Hapag MNL. The joke lang. Ako yung chef and co-founder of Hapag MNL.
Hello, I'm Erin. I'm one of the partners and sommelier of Hapag MNL.
Hello, my name is Nav and I'm an alcoholic. No, I'm also an executive chef, co-chef of Thirdy, also co-founder of Hapag MNL. Yeah.
Let's start first with hot takes, okay? So, chefs and Erin, meron ba kayong mga Filipino food hot takes?
Erin muna.
Oh my gosh, off the top of my mind, there is no correct adobo.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a safe answer. Good.
Careful.
I mean, like, because everybody has their own
own way.
version. So, parang, there is no correct way to do it, I think. That's my personal opinion. And I think, parang, we should be respectful of sobrang daming kinds. Like,
Yes.
we don't even know there's adobo sa puti, adobo sa,
Yeah, kung ano.
well, you know, kung
Every
ano-ano.
adobo.
So, I think, yeah, there's no correct way to
Okay.
do it. Only what is good for you.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Si Chef Thirdy daw next.
And Chef Thirdy. Pressure.
Hot take. Hindi ko alam kung hot take pero parang happy ako sa kahit anong version ng sisig. Kung may mayonnaise o may utak.
Yeah.
Or kung maasim or manor. Parang go ako sa lahat. Kasi masarap lang siya in general.
Any sisig is sisig pa rin for nice.
So kung ano yung trip mong sisig,
Yung
maging
masarap.
masaya ka dun.
Tama.
Diba? Hindi mo kailangan maging magalit or ma-stress.
Ako wala ako hot take kasi ayoko may magalit.
Cold take lang.
lang. Ako tingin ko ang pinakamasarap na chicken dish sa buong Pilipinas, inasal.
Agree.
So hindi siya hot take. Facts pala siya.
Facts. I have to say, agree. Yung previous episode namin with Chef Chele, nasabi niya yun, na parang inasal is one of his favorite food. It may potential to be like a globally known.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Same kami ng take ni Chele.
Agree.
Hola, Chele.
Yun. Question, back lang tayo sa sisig na since mahilig ka sa sisig and sabi mo parang any sisig is good, what's your favorite sisig though? Like, even brands, I wanna know. I'm excited for that. Meron akong isang favorite na sisig brand. Feeling ko na, well, since galing tayong GH, feeling ko kinakainan nyo before. Pero mamaya ako sabihin afterwards.
Hindi ko alam ba nitong brand na to?
Well, recently, nakakain ako ng super sarap na sisig from Bale, Pampanga. So tawag ata ni Will doon. Si Will yung owner ng Bale.
Hi, Will.
Hola.
Sisig superstar.
Sisig superstar, okay.
So, walang mayonnaise, may asim from calamansi. Tapos may konting pepper, may anghang ng konti. Kinanin ko, bro.
Sarap. Lalo pa na.
Kinanin.
Sa atin, aside yung sa sisig na may gravy sa GH, hindi naman yung sabihin ko. Which by the way, if narinig mo na yun, Erin, na dati
Sisig with
uso sa
gravy.
sa Lasal King Hills yung cafeteria sa No Choice. Yeah, sisig with gravy. Pero for me, the best sisig na medyo, I'm not sure kung underrated siya or something, but icy sisig.
Yes.
Oh,
Definitely.
classic, legend.
Classic yan.
Classic yung icy
With
sisig.
yung
Agree.
hot sauce.
Yes.
Tapos may papaitan.
Yun.
On the side.
Sarap na after inuman meals and everything. Do you have a favorite restaurant as a team? Like maybe after
Of
shift?
course.
You go there and eat or something?
We don't go there after we eat.
Or like maybe as anytime, your favorite restaurant?
Chicken House Express, 100%.
Favorite yan.
Favorite.
Basta inasal.
Basta inasal. Would you say that's the best inasal in Manila?
I would
I
say.
think so.
Yes.
I would say.
Okay. What's your underrated restaurant in Manila?
Yan ang gusto ko.
Underrated for you guys.
Wow, ang hirap sagutin rin nun
Okay, well,
Go.
for me, Goto Monster. Yeah, kasi sobrang hindi lang siya goto. So, kasi you usually go there for yung goto nila. Well, yung personal order ko yung lechon kawali with goto, obviously. Pero, masarap din pala yung sisig nila. Tapos, masarap din pala yung ice cream nila. Like, ang daming dishes in Goto Monster na hindi pa na explore, and it's not just goto, which is so good. Yeah, shout out.
Siguro hindi specific restaurant, pero ano siya, lugar. Kung saan kami galing, underrated yung mga spots sa Project 4. Pero
Actually,
syempre nagkaroon na ng representation dahil kay Morning Sun Eatery. Diba? Pero,
puntahan namin dati yan.
Oo. Pero yun, sobrang underrated nung area na yun kasi pag inikot mo siya, madami kang mga eateries na masarap yung pagkain talaga.
Ba't ba masarap doon yung mga eateries? May friend din ako nagsabi, masarap sa area.
So, actually, I don't know, pero
Iba yung tubig.
Iba yung tubig sa QC.
pero masarap nga. Actually, yung likod ng lumang hapag,
Oo.
ang dami doon. AX Pansitan, Morning Sun Eatery, ano pa ba yung
Nandun
mga
rin
nasa
si
likod?
Danilicious Barbecue.
Yeah.
Tapos,
Dani Desha.
Yes,
ang
Katipunan,
dami dun.
represent.
Meron rin dun malapit sa Camp Aguinaldo ba yun? May nagbebenta ng mga balbakwa.
Yeah.
Tapos meron rin isang nagsa-specialize ng Bicolano food naman.
Okay. Food spot talaga siya.
I'd say,
Parang puro karinderya. Alam mo yun, ang daming
So to our
iba-ibang
listeners,
representation.
kung gusto nyo magkarinderya hopping, Project 4.
Yan, that area.
At syempre, dun rin si di ba? Countryside din.
Countryside,
actually.
Countryside Bopis.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Pati yung crispy
Kalderetang
dinuguan.
kambing.
Crispy dinuguan.
Oo, crispy dinuguan.
Actually, very underrated na area na yan, I'd say. Yan, tama.
What about you, Chef, now?
Same. Yung hometown ng Hapag. Diba? Kasi naalala ko, building Hapag nung nasa QC pa lang kami. Ang gagawin namin ni Thirdy right after meetings or yung pag-check sa lumang space namin, kakain kami sa likod kasi very very accessible eh. Yan, nandun yung morning sa lahat. Yung sinabi natin, nandun lahat. Tingin ko yung area na yan is very, very, very interesting. So, puntahan nyo.
So let's go back. Let's talk about Hapag. So guys, tell us the story of how Hapag came to be. And how and this is how ito yung medyo interested din ako. Paano ka nasama sa picture? So let's talk about
Wala
that.
silang choice.
Wala silang choice.
Oh, we'd like to think wala na kami choice. Paano ba? I think he wants to start, of
Sige.
course. Thirdy always wants to start.
So, Hapag started as Hapag Private Dining
Yes.
back in 2017. So, nung time na yon, pumupunta pa kami sa mga houses, tapos sa mga parang private catering. Kasi yun, nagtatry kami ni Nav and ni Kev tasting menu, Filipino. Kung ano lang yung gusto namin lutuin,
Yeah.
di ba? For the love of cooking, for the love of Filipino cuisine. Yan, ginawa namin siya for a good 2 years. Then after 2 years, we decided to open commissary pa lang yun sa Katipunan. Tapos eventually, nagkakaroon kami ng mga guest na nagtatanong sa amin, pwede ba pumunta na lang sa commissary nyo kung kunyari dalawa lang, ganun. Kasi hindi kami nakaka-cater for less than 10 packs. Tapos sabi na, sige, dito na lang, punta na lang kayo sa Katipunan. Tapos lumaki yung demand na parang mas naging restaurant na siya.
No, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then parang naging side business na yung
Private
yung
dining.
private dining. So naging full-on restaurant na siya. And then, parang na-realize namin na sinuwerte din kami in terms of that. Na, kasi ang balak sana namin noon was to keep a day job while we were doing the whole private dining. Naalala ko kasi when we were starting the whole private dining thing, I used to work at a different restaurant. I'd wake up around maybe 4:30, 5 a.m. to get on time to work ng 7 a.m. And then right after that, diretso kami sa work ni Thirdy for private dining na mga, what time? Mga 5?
Per
6 p.m. And then we'd finish around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Tapos yung cycle ng day ko, gano'n na naman.
Aba.
So, tulog ko 2 hours lang. So, yeah, yun yung cycle na tuloy-tuloy lang. And then si Thirdy nung time na yun, naalala ko, pagpapasok na ako, would send me a selfie. Sabi niya, ay sorry, nagising ako. Tulog nga ulit ako. Eh, nasa trabaho na ako nun. So, parang inis na inis ako sa kanya. Sabi ko, di yata fair to, ha? Yan. So, and then, yan, I think, fast forward to a few years. 1 year lang pala.
1 year muna.
Nag-pandemic bigla.
Nag-pandemic.
And then we had to do the whole takeouts, which was very difficult for us. Good how many months yun bago tayo nag-open for ano?
I think 2 to 3 months din yun nasarado yung restaurant.
Tapos, I guess really the goal was just to keep everything afloat, to keep
To survive.
Yeah, to survive lang. We weren't really making any money. So lahat ng kinikita namin from takeouts, sa staff na pupunta, tapos nagsusundo pa kami ng mga staff noon. Naubos staff namin down to 2 tao lang, di ba? So 4 lang kami.
12, tapos naging 4.
Yeah, so we were cooking for, let's say, mga households, pero mga 50 mga orders, ganyan. Pero hindi siya enough to
sustain.
to sustain the staff, yes. Pero may discounts kasi kami nun sa sa rent. And then, yun, para sa staff na talaga kinikita namin yan. Thankfully, nag-open up siya. And I guess we were able to use yung time namin na close yung restaurant in order to get better at the craft and understand how we saw Hapag evolving. And then, yun, tiniis lang namin yan. I mean, naging happy naman kami in terms of...
So, nagamit natin yung oras na yun talaga para...
Kasi dahil sabi, medyo, naubos na sayang yung oras ng pandemic. Kami naman ni Thirdy, we used it to our advantage. We actually learned a lot during the pandemic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say na sayang oras kasi kung busy lang kami, I don't think we'll be able to figure out the next steps.
Yes.
So, yun yung blessing sa amin. And then...
Yeah, dun rin tayo nag-start mag-tasting menu.
Na full on.
Fermentation.
Yeah, also fermentation. Kasi it didn't make sense to do a la carte nung mga 20% dining capacity, even 10%.
Baba ng check
Kasi kung mag-order ka ng 1 plato, 2 plato, tapos a la carte ka, talo ka, diba?
Yeah.
So, tasting menu for a short course. And then, yan, nagtuloy-tuloy siya. Thankfully na weather namin yung storm. And then, yung pinaka-favorite namin story, kakwento ni Thirdy and ni Erin.
Ang kwentong pandemic ng Hapag. The Rise of Erin.
Okay. The Rise of... Ang ganda ng title na. The Rise of...
Grabe.
The Rise of Erin.
Tapos parang savior sabi yun.
Parang gano'n.
Okay, so paano
Imagine
na-incorporate?
tuloy yung parang baby sa Teletubbies.
Wala ba sa araw?
Tell from the start.
Well, kasi, they were parang may Instagram post na they were looking for a sommelier, a beverage manager for
So this
Hapag.
was after the pandemic or...
This was during...
Still pandemic.
Yeah.
Tail end na.
Yeah.
Till end. So you were basically bumabalik na tayo.
Okay na. I think kumakain na yung mga
2022
tao
ba?
na.
2022.
Okay.
Yeah, so parang it's always been a dream of mine to be a som. And I've always liked Hapag. For me, it was Hapag or nothing. Parang I wouldn't...
No.
For real though, as in I didn't apply anywhere else. Parang this was just something na, okay, if I wanted to pursue being a som, it would be with Hapag. And that's it. If I didn't get it, then I wouldn't pursue this na. Parang ganon. And then, basically, nag-email ako. And then, 3 to 5 days later, wala pa ding sagot.
Sobrang dami kasi namin applicants.
Sabi ko, parang feeling ko hindi ako mag-try if hindi ako mag-send ng DM. Tapos, so, nag-send ako ng DM kay Chef Thirdy na, hi, I really...
Kasi siya yung mukhang mabait daw.
Siya yung mga responsible.
Siya yung mukhang mag-reply sa akin.
Tapos?
in-invite ako for interview. And then parang month-long interview process siya. I even had a blind tasting, tapos a blind pairing with a menu na. Because I used to just be a diner in Hapag, and that's why I fell in love with it. And then basically my new menu items na sila. And then the challenge for me was binigyan ako ng budget. And then I had to pair it blind with their current menu at the time, which was one of the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Kasi it's all based on theory eh.
Yeah.
And then yun pala yung parang lesson that I learned was you can't just base it on theory. You really have to try the dishes. Kasi iba din yung way of cooking nila. So that was really fun.
Hello, Tito Ricky, Tito Bubu. Sabi niya medyo nahirapan daw siya.
Pero thank you.
No,
I
kasi
learned
yung
my
partners
lesson.
namin are big on wines. So when we found a sommelier, we were also building a small cellar dun sa old space namin. And then, of course, knowing our partners na sobrang hilig sa wines, syempre gusto nila, sobrang galing nung sommelier na makukuha. And then, yan, si Erin, tinest na mga isang buwan.
Yeah, one month
So,
na
one
lang
month talaga.
tinest. Yeah.
Which I feel like was a great way to get to know Erin also, yung pagka-versatile nung pag-work niya and how open-minded she was. Kasi diba, coming from where? Portugal?
Yeah, in Australia.
Diba, not really much on Filipino food in terms of pairing. So basically, that's somehow the first time, diba? So, asig, diba, na
Galing.
tinapon siyang ganun, bahala ka na sa buhay mo. Pag mali, wala ka trabaho. Not that she needed it, ha?
So speaking of that, your training, Erin, is mostly on, I would say, European cuisine. Like yung parang pairings mo and everything. How do you pair wines with Filipino food? Like, is there a certain, like a, sabihin, fundamental rule about it?
Yeah.
Kasi feeling ko, wines were really meant to be, I would say, match with, Western food. Siguro mas yun yung nakasanayan. But how do you match it with Filipino food? With their flavors, actually.
Well, actually, so pairing Filipino food and wines was my way of getting rid of my homesickness while I was away. Because it was my way of still feeling like I was in touch with my Filipino-ness, like while I was away from home. Parang yun yung pag may isaw na nakikita ko on the street, prepare ko siya agad with wine. So parang that's how I learned really how to pair it. It was more like for the love of Filipino food. Pero on the contrary, I do find na wine pairs well with everything. Especially with Filipino food, you get to be a little more creative kasi there are no books about it.
Yes, yun nga eh.
So parang it's a lot more about instinct and it's about finding the flavors and parang siyang puzzle piece basically of like balancing flavors together. And that's why it's so fun to pair food with wine with like the chef's food, like Chef Thirdy and Nav's food kasi their flavors are already so balanced. So naghahanap lang ako ng like ways to enhance it.
Compliment. Nakakatawa sabi mo na walang book. Kasi normally, if you read like wine books, minsan may specific food. Let's say, may beef burger nyo, pwede mo siya i-pair dito. Pero hindi ka makakita ng book na nagsabing dinuguan, pwede mo i-pair with this one. Or like sisig with this one. So I guess it's really interesting then how
Binigyan ka na na idea ni G.
I mean, di ba? Like what if there's like a example sa menu nyo, let's say you build something na inspired by dinuguan.
Yeah.
Right.
Diba? How would you pair it with a wine
I agree.
to match it with that one? Wala namang kasing ganung rule eh. Like, specifically sa atin, diba? So, interesting. So, what was the inspiration behind the name Hapag? Why Hapag?
Okay, so Hapag kasi sa bahay namin ni Thirdy before, I mean, till now, the general rule is kahit hindi ka gutom sa bahay, upo ka sa table.
Sa hapagkainan.
O, sa hapagkainan. So, kunwari, one Saturday, lumabas ka na Friday evening, diba, lasing ka or hungover or antok ka or whatever, puyat ka, wala kang, ayaw mong gumising, ayaw mong bumangon or whatever, tatamad ka bumaba. The rule is, bababa ka pa rin kahit ayaw mong kumain to be with the entire family sa table.
Okay.
So, general rule siya. So, kahit anong sabihin mo, dapat upo ka sa table. So, I think the reason being, napag-uusapan niya, nakapag-bond kayo over the table. So, even without food, I guess, napaka-importante na sasabayan mo yung mga tao kumain. I think it's very Filipino. I'm not sure for every household, pero tingin ko, napaka-importanteng magsalo-salo. Kahit di ka naman kakain, kahit tumikim ka lang, pero magkakasama. So, yung rule namin sa restaurant, pag family meal, dapat sabay-sabay tayo kakain. Hindi siya cheesy kasi totoo siya. Minsan nga, nakakainis pag ayaw kumain ng ibang tao. Diba? Dahil ito na lang yung time natin para makapag-usap outside of prep or whatever. So, yeah.
So, yun, parang, I guess, talaga siya Filipino dining culture na, di ba, nag-gather kayo sa isang lamesa, tapos nandun lahat ng pagkain, nag-share sa isa't isa. And gusto namin ma-apply yun sa brand. Di ba? And hanggang ngayon, even if we do tasting menus, meron kaming course na salo-salo, which is our main course. So, parang gusto namin ma-feel pa rin ng mga diners na, ito pala yung essence ng hapag.
When you were starting this, what was your why? Bakit nyo sinart yung hapag?
Why? Actually, yung why namin nag-evolve through time. The why at first was we just wanted to cook Filipino food that would make us happy. And then now, fast forward to today, the why is very different. The why is evolved into how can we use our talents to be able to help the country. And I feel the way that we were able to do that was to shed light in different parts of the country, which is regional cooking. Ngayon, hindi lang siya bringing out the dishes, yung matutunan namin in certain regions, it's now to actually shed light on what they're actually doing in different parts of the region. And not just the region, but the people behind it. So I think napaka-importante na wag natin kakalimutan yung mga taong hindi napapansin sa mga regions na to. Yung mga nagpapakahirap to keep the traditions alive, yung mga storytellers dyan. Kasi I think once we don't give them importance, mawawala yung mga pwede magturo sa atin or sa future generations of cooks or chefs. Mag-iiba lahat ng traditions natin. I guess napaka-importante na wag natin kalimutan na may mga taong ganito rin. I think the glory is given to chefs and to people who shed light on it. Pero I think kailangan natin bigyan ng oras, pansin yung mga ganitong tao na mas actually mas nahihirapan compared to us, in my opinion.
Yeah. And yun nga, going to yung sa sinabi ni Nav na ginagawa kasi namin ngayon is regional. Siguro isa sa purpose nun is to highlight cuisine and culture. Parang growing up in Manila, di ba? Parang medyo surface level yung natutunan ko about Filipino cuisine. So yung mommy ko from Ilocos, tapos yung daddy ko dito na lumaki. So sa household namin, parang ang alam ko lang is food sa Ilocos, tapos yung mga pagkain dito sa Manila. Tapos nung nag-start kami mag-regional, doon ko na-realize na sobrang dami palang pwedeng matutunan dito sa Pilipinas. 'Di ba? So parang the reason why nagre-regional rin kami para ma-highlight talaga natin lahat.
Erin, I have a question for you naman. Since sabi na yung why niya sa Hapag, why was Hapag the only restaurant you wanted to work for?
Patay!
Why was it?
Wow. I think...
Kasi malapit sa bahay.
No.
Tipid.
Depende papasok to.
Makakaipon ako dito.
Tapos na po yun na yun. Honestly, it was the only restaurant that resonated with me. Parang, lagi ko sinasabi sa chefs to, pero yung Luz Viminda course nila at the time, which was, if anyone has eaten in Hapag Katipunan before, parang 3 small bites siya, tapos representative of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. You could say it's probably like the beta version of yung regional cuisine that we're doing now. Kasi it was like a small representation of each. Pero naalala ko, after that meal, or even during that meal, kasi sobrang na-amaze ako na yung course ng Mindanao there was sati na kaagad. It was like one of the first versions of sati. And then I remember, yun nga, because I was in Australia, hanging out with a lot of Malaysians, so merong lagi kumakain ng satay.
Yeah.
And it amazed me na parang, in Zamboanga, there's sati pala. And I started Googling yung parang how far Zamboanga was from Malaysia, Kota Kinabalu, compared to Luzon. So that was my first parang geographical lesson on the Philippines. And parang, as much as I loved Filipino food, I knew not much about it. So parang Hapag was the first place that taught me, even with a simple dish as that, na sobrang regional yung Filipino cuisine and there's so much more to learn. And it was so fun to dine and actually learn something.
Yes.
So I think that was the dish that made me go, "Hi, Chef Thirdy."
Slide na the DMs.
I really wanna be a som here.
So yung Mindanao dish na yun, yung nagpa-slide
Yes.
sa'yo sa DMs. Nice. Tarlac is celebrated as the melting pot of Central Luzon, title earned by its unique geographic and cultural position. In a province where cultures meet, the food becomes a language of its own. Tarlac's flavor is shaped by the traditions of its neighbors, resulting in a culinary identity that is both familiar and uniquely Tarlaqueño. Catch all the episodes of Flavors of the Region on our YouTube channel, BiteSized.PH. How do you guys work well together? Like, kasi so far,
We don't.
Puro chefs, like, individually nagpupunta. So, first time ko magkakaroon ng, like, at least the upper team is here, like, the upper management team or basically the founders. So, how do you guys work?
Nag-aaway kami dyan.
Paano yung dynamics ko? I wanna know, paano yung dynamics?
May suntukan.
May backstab. No? Ang dynamics namin, if I don't know, it kind of evolves also. So parang it starts off as, kasi kami ni Thirdy, since 7th grade kami magkabarkada. I mean, until today, thankfully. Diba? And then,
Any regrets?
huwag mo nang tanongin,
Isang buong session.
baka masaktan lang ako tas baka mag-resign ako. No, pero yun, so I knowing him for the longest time makes it a lot easier to work, diba? I guess we've learned how to work better with one another. Learn yung strengths and weaknesses ng isa't isa, and then I guess when we find out yung weakness ng isa't isa, that's where we step in within one another. We tried, ang maganda dyan kasi we're also both hungry for knowledge. We try to understand things together. We do almost everything together. Almost everything together.
Except yung pagligo.
Except yung pagligo. Minsan, iniisip ko rin. Ano pa ba?
Bucket list.
Yeah. I think nag-change na siya. Para kaming magulang sa restaurant ngayon. Minsan siya good cop, minsan bad cop. Ako. or lagi. Minsan, if depende. I guess we tackle things very differently. Pag siya mas magaling sa certain thing or ako mas magaling sa certain thing, we let one another handle it. And then si Erin is usually in the middle of both of us. Parang siya yung kami ni Thirdy pinagsama. Parang gano'n.
Actually.
Yeah.
I do see that
Yeah.
sometimes.
So, siya yung middle ground namin dalawa ni Thirdy.
Na-explain niya yung side niya. So, ngayon pwede ka na magreklamo.
Dahil siguro yung okay sa dynamics namin, parati kami nag-uusap talaga. Lahat pinag-uusapan, and pagdating naman sa work, parang sinabi na ni Nav halos lahat eh. Pero yun nga, parang kung may weakness yung isa, di ba, dun pumapasok yung isa. And ever since nung dumating si Erin, trifecta na. Tripod. Diba? Parang mas
Ayan, no?
mas naging malakas yung base. And yun nga, siguro 7 years of doing this, nag-start kami ni Nav na parang yung mga workmates namin parang medyo buddy-buddy, ganyan. Pero ngayon, habang tumatanda kami, pabata yung pumapasok. So, pumapasok na yung mentorship role.
Yeah.
Diba? So, well, parang nakakatulong rin siya sa amin. Kasi parang hindi na lang namin iniisip kung ano yung okay for us. Kung ano yung okay for the restaurant. But iniisip rin namin yung mga kasama namin.
Yeah.
I would say parang coming into this knowing what they've been through together, parang it comes with a lot of respect and I think because of their friendship, and they were so welcoming in the beginning na I felt right at home kaagad. And I think this dynamic also na yun nga sa group chat namin, if you have a look, sobrang it's work kalokohan, work kalokohan.
Mostly
work.
kalokohan galing kay Erin. So,
Si Erin
Halata
talaga yung
naman.
taga-send ng kalokohan.
or chismis.
Hindi nyo alam, nagchichismisan kami
oo.
before. Joke lang.
I-delete ko na yung group na to, baka may makakita.
So si Erin pa talaga yung pinakamakulit. Siya pa rin kailangan yung
siya
balance.
talaga.
Siya yung kailangan yung
Naman.
balance.
Siya yung madalas nasa hot seat. No, Erin, ganito ka eh.
sorry, interrupt natin.
No, but I think it's helped a lot then build the foundation for both kitchen and front. Na they see how well that we work together. So parang nakikita nyo din yung mutual respect when it comes to kitchen and front of house. Yeah.
Do you have a routine or ritual before service?
Yeah, marami naman.
We do pre-service meetings na non-negotiable.
Yeah. Family meals, of course.
Family meals.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it going to rituals. It's an everyday thing eh.
Oo.
Ngayon niisip ko, alos lahat pala pare-pareho ginagawa natin araw-araw, no?
Parang mga pre-game ritual, yung mga ganun.
Kape.
Okay, bago mag-service.
Bago mag-service.
Facebook.
Making sure na okay, let's start from how it starts. Pagpasok nyo sa restaurant, you have to say hi to everyone. Kasi we're a group of 60 plus people na. So I think that's the best way in order for people to get to know each other and show respect, diba? Pagdating mo, hello, hi. Even paalis. So I think that's one. Sumunod, of course, they prep, and then
Family
meal. Yan, dapat sabay-sabay again. Tapos masarap dapat yung food. Tapos pre-service meeting. And then, during pre-service meeting, we try to talk about anything we can talk about. For example, yung what went wrong the other day. How can we improve today? Laging ganun. And then, of course, being a leader at the restaurant, you need to be able to say the right words. Diba? On days na medyo down yung team or may nangyaring hindi maganda, kailangan that ready kang saluhin lahat yun in order for them to bounce back from a low morale. Yeah, I think generally, and then service na.
Yeah.
Kagulo na pag service, wala na. Makakalimutan lahat. Pero, yeah, ano pa ba?
What about your day-to-day? Can you tell us the day-to-day schedule of Hapag, or like what time they start, what time they end?
It really depends on a daily basis. For example, Tuesdays for us, pinaka-busy yan kasi yun yung first day ng Hapag. So, yun yung pinaka-start ng management meeting namin. Diyan lahat i-address yung plans for the week, kung ano man yung mga kailangan ma-achieve ng week na to. Usually, dyan yung pinaka-heavy na start ng prep kasi yun yung dadating lahat ng produce. Heavy din yung sa office side of things, sa admin side. Yeah, basically, yun yung mga nangyari sa start ng week. And then towards the middle of the week,
Every Thursday kasi yun na yung start ng lunch service namin for the
Isa pa yan.
from
So,
Thursday
nag-shift
to
na naman ang
Sunday.
restaurant.
Oo. So nag-shift yung restaurant. May mga pumapasok ng as early as 8 a.m. for the lunch service. So parang humahaba yung araw.
Yeah.
Then pagdating ng Sunday, nagge-general cleaning sila ng restaurant. Then by Monday, rest day lahat para makapag-restart.
Yeah.
So Monday talaga ang rest day, no? Pansin ka parang for fine dining.
For a lot of people, yeah.
For a lot of yeah, kasi busy yung weekends.
Yeah.
Do you guys have an R&D day? Kasi I know some restaurants parang meron silang R&D day. Let's say they just do the R&Ds for future menus or like that.
Kami kasi medyo iba yung paggawa namin ni Thirdy. Collectively namin ginagawa yung R&D. Kasi for example, yun nga diba, menu change sa Hapag. It has to be the entire menu. Hindi lang siya a few dishes on the menu. So it has to be the entire thing. So I guess part ng process ng R&D is yung pagpunta doon and then lutuin namin sa restaurant. And then after namin matapos yung menu, the goal is to run the menu and continuously improve on it. Yung utak namin hindi kagad nandoon kasi we're currently trying to improve the menu where we think we can improve on. And then once we start to improve on the menu, that's when we start planning for the next trip.
Okay.
And when we plan for the next trip, ayan, paplanuhin na namin kung anong gagawin namin doon, ano yung makikita namin, ano yung dadat na namin, how much longer Do we need to run the current menu? Parang ganyan.
So for example, the menu, like you said, ngayon Cordillera, ginagawa niyo siya, di ba?
Yeah.
So once you release this, is that the final form na? Or mostly, throughout, let's say, 3 months, 4 months, na i-improve pa yung menu, may pinapalitan kayo?
Usually, ini-improve pa rin namin siya after releasing.
Yeah.
So, may mga small improvements pa na pwedeng i-apply.
Oh. Even hanggang dulo.
Oo, hanggang dulo.
Nag-improve pa din kami even if last day may ma-improve, talagay pa rin namin.
So, dinaragdagan niyo pa rin yung menu.
Open mind namin lagi to change and improvement.
You said regional, and that's what you're trying to highlight here in your menu. So can you tell us the thought process on how you create your menus?
So how we create menus is we actually visit the certain region for about a week, sometimes even more. So far we've done Western Visayas, Western Mindanao, and then about to release Cordillera menu. What we do is we actually visit and dive really deep dun sa certain region na to. So we try to get some help from the people we can, from the government, yung mga gusto mag-suggest. Humingi rin kaming tulong sa DOT, sa feature. Kung saan man, we really try to ask people who can help us. And then, ang nakakatuwa naman, lahat ng tao tinatanungan namin willing to help. So, I guess they've then done their research before us. So, when we go, mas madali. And then after nun, based on experience, based on storytelling ng mga tao doon, sa kultura, lahat talaga inaano namin, tinitake into account. And then, as we go, nanonotice namin, as foreign, yung certain region, mas nahihirapan kami gumawa ng menu kasi ngayon, mas mahirap yung storya. We take into account a lot of stuff. You wanna continue?
Yeah, pati
matapos natin lahat dito.
After nung pag-immerse sa isang region, so balik na kami ng Hapag. Inaaral namin kung paano namin ma-represent ng mabuti yung region na yun. Though most of the dishes, parang interpretation na namin enough. And nung team ng chefs namin dun, nandun pa rin yung, kumbaga, yung
puso
ng dish, di ba? Hindi siya nawawala. Tapos yun, ginagawa na namin siya ng stories based sa kung ano yung natutunan namin. Kasi ang gusto namin talaga for guests is to feel na parang nandun sila. Di ba? Na parang nag-travel sila with us tapos natutunan rin nila yung kultura dun sa lugar.
How long does this process take normally? Like example, when you go, let's say, a week, and then from visiting the region to executing the menu?
Took about 6 months.
Tagal. Depende kasi sa totoo, habang tumatagal namin ginagawa to, mas nagkakaroon kami ng deeper respect for certain regions, diba? As we learn, as we go, parang ngayon ayaw namin gawin siya recklessly. So ngayon mas dapat may thought process, dapat may respeto sa mga tao doon, walang ma-offend, 'di ba? Walang mag-iisip na niloloko namin yung pagkain nila. So it really takes a lot of time kasi we're not just taking into account yung skills namin or yung gusto namin ilabas. We're also taking into account a lot of stuff. So kunyari yung mga tao doon na hyper traditionalist, tama ba yung pagsabi ko? Purist, that's the word. Purist, tapos meron din mga dietary restrictions na kunyari, kasi ngayon yung menu namin patapos na Western Mindanao. So of course, we can't serve yung mga alcohol, we can't serve any pork, lahat yung bawal, take into account namin. Tapos, even si Erin took into account doing wine pairings, diba? We know they don't drink alcohol, so she had to come up with a non-alcoholic pairing. Diba? So really, with respects in terms of even religion. Hindi lang siya basta magawa namin. And then, really, we really want to respect everyone in the process too. Parang yun yung napaka-importanting isipin, tingin ko.
So Erin, kasama ka rin sa mga trips na yun?
Yes.
Nakikita mo everything.
Super fun. I think one of the things that was super important to do then is ang dami naming nami-meet na tao. during our trips. So, syempre, we want to add them din dun sa kwento na sinasabi namin. And I think the most important for me is now we're not appropriating the culture. This is us, yung front of house anyway. Yung storytelling namin is, this is the chef's interpretation of yung journey to wherever we went. So in particular, this menu at the moment, yung Mindanao, it's their take. It's what we were able to experience while we were there, through the people that we've met, and to honor the time that they spent teaching us and really taking us through all these places na we were able to visit during the trip there.
Do you have a timeline for menus? Like, example, did they run for 6 months? Did they run for 3 months? Or like parang, next month, pwede na to. Change tayo ulit.
Iba-iba eh. Parang itong Western Mindanao menu, nirun na namin siya for 10 months.
10 months.
Tapos, ang dami kasing, siguro yung mga tao from Manila, hindi pa masyado nakaka-try. Hindi pa sila exposed sa cuisine ng Western Mindanao. So, I guess yung curiosity, andun pa rin. Tapos, since nung guide nga, ang daming foreign international guests na pumupunta, and rin siya, magandang way to showcase the cuisine.
Yes. Yes.
No, yeah. Tapos tingin ko, ayaw din naman natin i-shortchange yung region. Can you imagine if doing 4 months or 6 months at a time to a certain region? Parang I don't think it's enough or fair.
Yeah.
So, I guess it really depends on how people receive it. Kasi Western Mindanao, people have received it really well so far. So I guess wala ring rush to change it kasi parang hanggang ngayon may naririnig pa rin kami na very happy sila na ganito pala pagkain sa Mindanao. That's great. Pero at the same time, really depends kung anong timeline. We'll see with the next menu.
But even yung sa R&D phase ng Cordillera, may mga times na sobrang challenged kami ni Nav.
Oh yeah.
So, hindi lang namin pinipilit. Parang, okay, medyo nahirapan tayo sa part na to. Wag na natin pilitin. So, isip tayo ulit, back to the drawing board. Then, tignan natin, baka the following day may maisip tayong inspiration. Diba?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there any interesting technique so far na nakuha nyo from the locals that you've interacted with? So, you've been to many regions. Meron ba kayong mga techniques or learnings from those travels na parang for you were like, wow, this is amazing?
Siguro yung sa recent trip namin sa Cordillera, sobrang na-amaze ako dun sa kung paano sila mag-preserve.
Yeah.
Kasi siya talagang pre-colonial technique.
Yes.
Kumbaga, di ba, nung mga panahon na wala pang mga refrigerators and stuff. And talagang since nasa mountain sila, medyo mahirap makakuha ng mga ingredients or, di ba?
Yeah.
So talagang sinisave nila nose to tail cooking. Tapos ina-apply nila yun sa lahat nung cooking nila.
Yeah.
Siguro yung smoking.
Yes.
Smoking ng ano?
ng baboy. Ng baboy.
Just to be clear, baboy ang smoke.
Chinecheck ko lang.
Baboy ang ini-smoke.
Chinecheck ko lang.
So, yun. Ang galing kasi hinahalo nila sa lahat. Pwedeng sa gulay or as is lang.
Yung smoke?
Yung baboy.
Tingin nyo. Tumingin, no?
Yung baboy lang ang ini-smoke. So, yan.
No.
Pati siguro, since, di ba, maraming rice dun eh. So, kung paano nila gamitin yung rice. Kasi tayo, di ba, parang yung rice, ginagamit lang natin, kinakain natin siya with ulam, ganyan. Pero gumagawa sila ng mga rice wine.
Tawas.
So, yan, ang galing kung paano nila i-utilize yung isang ingredient.
Yes.
Yeah, ako naman, well, same as him, pero ang napansin ko sa Cordillera, sobrang heavy on techniques, I realized. So yun nga, dahil sa preservation idea, meron din silang paggawa ng tapoy. So pag-ferment ng kanin din. So paggawa ng rice wine, super. So ayan, may smoking sila, may curing sila, may paggawa ng tapoy. So maraming pagburo and then pag-preserve. I think it's very interesting kasi iba-iba yung mga regions, yung specialty eh. For example, sa Mindanao, I'd say heavy influence from neighboring countries. diba? Pero straightforward cooking. But I think what's very interesting is yung flavors ng pagkain. Even kahit kami, nung pagpunta namin, very surprised kami sa mga flavors na naibigay sa amin, di ba? So that was very interesting. Ngayon naman dito sa Cordillera, I'd say techniques ang nangingibabaw. So yan yung take namin din sa bagong menu namin. More on heavy on techniques and our interpretation of the cuisine itself. So yeah.
Well, I come into these trips to be able to weave the stories together talaga, besides the beverage part. And so, what was very interesting to me sa Cordillera anyway, kasi that was our most recent trip, we haven't danced that much. As in, for real, every...
Sample.
Kasi...
Kailangan mo pakita yung video.
Multi-talented. Pero yeah, so yung everyday kasi may different area kami of mountain province na pinuntahan. Tapos every single day, may sayaw. And what
I think
was
that's part of like welcoming visitors.
part of welcoming visitors. Pero what's so cool is from our first stop, parang ito, yung dance na yun, tinuturo na sa kids sa school. And then, from our third stop to parang this, yung place that yung slow food place that we went to, Basil. All the kids knew the dances. So parang sobrang galing how they were able to preserve the culture in that way. Na everybody from young to older knew these dances, knew the songs, knew the chants. So parang how are we able to preserve the culture that way there? Tapos here in Manila, we don't know any of these dances anymore. So that's something that was really thought-provoking for me and for all of us, I think.
Very tight-knit yung culture and community talaga.
Very.
Sobra.
Speaking of techniques, since nasabi yung techniques with Cordillera, and this is your new menu, no? Ang dami talaga nilang ginagawa doon na parang, well, di makakaiba, pero I would say yung time pa nung, like, pre-colonial times pa, I think, with all the documents that's coming out, their food is really good. I think etag is really underrated. Tapoy is my feeling yung favorite local alcohol so far. Although, I mean, I've tried lang yung the Pedronan.
Pedronan.
Yeah, which is really good.
You should
Tapoy.
try Chef Nav's Tapoy.
Yeah. Gumagawa kami tapoy sa restaurant.
Okay, I'll be there for the tapoy.
No, yeah, invite ka namin sa Cordillera menu. Yeah.
So I really love tapoy, and it's something na na-discover ko, I would say 2 years ago. I think GH din yun si Pedronas.
Si
Kenneth.
Ken.
Yes, Ken.
Proudly.
Yeah, si Proudly Promly. I think LSGH din siya before. Yung upper batch ata natin.
Upper batch.
2004-2005. Parang football din ata before.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fellow Kalbo rin.
Yeah, kalbo din. For some music industry natin, daming kalbo. I think it's the kitchen heat.
Wag sana kayo ma-offend mga kalbo.
Yung mga... Hindi, pwede tayo magkalbo jokes kasi kalbo tayo. Pwede sila ma-offend. Pero kayo, hindi kayo pwede mag-joke.
Ako hindi ako pwede.
Tahimik lang po kami dito.
Semi lang.
Speaking of tapoy pala, sorry. Erin, how would you pair tapoy? Like, is there a rule for it? Kasi syempre, may mga wines and pairing. So sa food, ano ba yung magandang pairing for tapoy?
There's no rule for it.
Okay.
Pero kasi I've only tried a few tapoys. One of them was the Pedronan tapoy, and it's very, very different from the tapoy that Chef Nav makes in Hapag. So yung Pedronan tapoy, I would say it's so much closer to parang like sherry in a way. Tapos yung tapoy sa Hapag is more parang makgeolli almost.
Okay.
So it's unfiltered, almost on the sweeter side. So there's no really like parang like theoretical way to pair it. Pero super sarap. One time may dessert na we paired it with yung tapoy with strawberry ice cream for one night in Hapag in Katipunan before. It was so much fun.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Learned something new, which I really enjoy.
No, kasi yung tapoy na ginagawa namin, it's on the sweet side. So, when I ferment the tapoy sa amin, nag-add ako ng sugar. So, the bit also ferments the sugar, it becomes alcohol.
Yes.
So, I add sugar para hindi mamatay lahat ng tamis. So, may tamis sa dulo. Kaya medyo balance siya, hindi lang siya alcohol.
Alcohol. Okay. So, is there a specific ingredient that you really like to work with?
I try not to fixate on one ingredient. It really depends on where we go. Parang wala akong specific ingredient na excited.
Pero siguro parang alam ko sobrang famous pero sobrang essential para sa akin, calamansi.
Yeah.
Oo. 'Di ba? Parang kahit saan ka pumunta may makukuha kang calamansi. At least dito sa Philippines.
Yeah.
Tapos parang yung acid na yun yung nagbabalanse sa lahat.
Yeah. Ako suka. Mahilig kami sa maasim sa restaurant, if you noticed. Ang asim kasi sa amin ni Thirdy, pang balanse ng pagkain namin. So, yeah. Pero hindi naman lahat maasim. May asim lang.
May asim lang, pero sweet person.
Pero funny thing is na nabanggit nyo yung calamansi. A lot of chefs are saying calamansi. I think it's a very unique ingredient. I wouldn't say to us, pero very unique ingredient siya eh. I mean, like, parang part siya ng Filipino cuisine na at the same time, parang feeling ko hindi naman natin siya masyadong pinapansin. But it's a big part in our cuisine.
I agree.
Kasi if you think about it, pati siya ng mga masasarap na dishes natin. And if not, ini-enhance niya kung naman yung dishes na meron tayo.
Super.
But I don't think hindi siya napag-uusapan masyado in a sense na parang kasi I guess mundane ingredient siya eh. Parang lagi kasi siya nandyan eh. Taken for granted siya.
Parang sibuyas, lagi lang nandito.
Pero hindi siya nabibigyan na.
I agree.
Di ba? Parang kung kunyari kumain ka ng sinigang tapos patis lang yun sa usawan. Parang, kailangan mo parang sinasabi ng calamansi, kailangan mo ako para
agree.
mas sumarap.
Pati sa inasal.
Even inasal.
Yes, agree.
Or sisig na may
Sisig.
lemon.
Diba?
Parang
Iba siya.
Pwede naman. Pwede ba lime?
Even sa gin, like, di ba? If you think about it, gin calamansi, as simple as that, it really brings out something. So, sana magkaroon ng study regarding calamansi. O baka pa natin gawing research.
Ayan, next.
ang dami ng ideas.
So, sourcing is a huge part of your menus and basically the identity of Hapag. So, how do you deal with it? Like, is it very challenging for you to source ingredients all over the Philippines?
Yeah, I'd say very challenging. Pero at this time, lahat ng mga tao sa restaurant industry are willing to share now. So I think that's a plus. Kasi wala na nag-hoard ng mga information. Wala nag-gatekeep. So it's interesting kasi lahat ng tao nagbibigay ng mga suppliers or like ng mga purveyors. So I think not really a challenge now kasi lahat open. Pero I guess to talk about it, yung start in order to be able to share it yung issue. Yeah, well, to start, yun yung sasabihin ko. But
Hindi, totoo yun, yung sinabi ni Nav. Parang ngayon meron ng suppliers or purveyors like, for example, slow food, diba sila, Chin Chin Uy. Talagang pumupunta sila sa farmers, tapos sila na yung nag-co-offer sa mga chefs and restaurateurs na, gamitin nyo yung mga local produce.
kaya dumadali.
Diba? Though parang coming to Cordillera, parang may nakita rin ako na medyo deeper challenge na parang kailangan natin puntahan pa yung mga nasa malayo. Kasi sila talagang gusto nila magbenta ng bigas for a living. Alam mo para makaraos lang sila sa day to day. Na tingin ko yun yung hindi pa masyado napupuntahan. 'Di ba? Na sana matap rin eventually.
Pero medyo mahirap puntahan.
Yes, mahirap talaga.
Super. As in, I think I'd say 60 to 70% was just driving.
Yeah.
Hindi naman, OA yung 70. Mga 60. Basta, it's also very dangerous.
Yeah.
So I think this is a perfect time to also tell them na maybe we can take the time to actually see what's going out over there kung may issues man. Baka...
And I'm sure hindi lang siya sa Cordillera kasi 'di ba sa sobrang laki ng Pilipinas, yung mga liblib na lugar na very abundant sa certain ingredient pero hindi nila na papadala dito sa Manila.
Kasi logistically mahirap.
We were talking about this with Chef Miko Calo sa last episode. The infrastructures here in the Philippines is not as good in terms of logistics. So madami daw talagang mga particulars, let's say mga farmers na gusto mag-deliver, especially here in Manila kasi dito yung cream of the crop of the restaurants, di ba? Pero nahirapan sila in terms of logistics and sourcing. That's one of the reasons why I ask. Kasi most likely, I guess it's also a challenge that you guys are experiencing.
Yeah, so sana magtulungan tayo lahat in order to get really beautiful produce. Yan yung tingin ko.
Gio for president.
I was supposed to say now 2028. I was supposed to say now 2028.
Narinig mo na ba ang dudumen, inuyat, capital sa tubig? Sa Luzon, matatagpuan ng probinsya na landlocked, maaliwalas, accessible at puno ng kwento. Welcome sa Tarlac. Tagpuan ito ng kulturang Kapampangan, Ilocano, Pangasinense at Tagalog, kaya't kilala bilang melting pot ng gitnang Luzon. At higit sa lahat, kilala ang Tarlac bilang Sugar Bowl of Central Luzon. Malaki ang ambag ng taniman ng tubo at agrikultura sa ekonomiya. Dadalhin ko kayo sa mga kakaning sumasalamin sa kultura ng probinsya.
Learn more about these regional delicacies and delicious sweets here on Desserts of the Philippine Islands. Catch all the episodes on our YouTube channel, BiteSized.PH. Hapag team, congratulations on your Michelin Star Award. Congratulations. Now, can you walk us through the moment that you found out that you guys are getting the star?
You know what? I try to remember this moment all the time in my head. Naalala ko nung start pagdating pa lang dun sa Newport, diba?
Newport.
Nakalimutan ko na nga eh. Sa sobrang kabado ko nung day na yun. Well, excited ako to start. Pero pagdating doon, parang inom lang ako ng champagne non-stop. Si Thirdy, tsaka.
May free champagne eh.
So parang lahat ng malakaran ko, pag may makita akong baso ng champagne, kukuha ko. Wala akong
Doon
nakuha.
ako sa tea station.
Not because alcoholic ako, pero kinakabahan ako. Di ba? Tapos, what was cool about this was I felt like everyone was just really excited to be there and support one another, yung food industry. So, yun, may briefing kami before the whole thing. And yun nga, down ng mga champagne. Pero good energy lahat. Excited lahat. Tapos, fast forward to like time nung awarding, ang pinaka gusto ko dun is tabi-tabi tayo lahat dun sa likod. Parang mga noisy kids dun sa classroom. Tapos, every time a restaurant was called, tapos nakatabi mo, lahat ng tao super high. Cheer lang, high fives, tapos lahat nakangiti, very happy for one another. Yan yung tingin kong astig na moment. Tapos, nung tinawag na kami for the star, parang excited ako pagtayo namin, and then parang bilang nawala lahat, bilang nakalimutan ko lahat ng nangyari. Next thing you know, parang paupo na ako. So I think that was a very cool moment, and then I'm not sure if you guys already seen yung video nung team namin sa restaurant when we were called for 1 star. I think everyone was just going crazy, no? And then, nag-party kami ng sobrang intense. Grabing intense. Ngayon ko lang nakita ganun kagulo yung restaurant namin. So, buti na lang lasing din ako. Hindi ko nakita gano'ng kakalat sa restaurant after. Pero yan, sige, tuloy ni Thirdy ni Erin.
Yeah, yun. Same story kay Nav. Siguro yun sa akin lang, hindi lasing version. Pero yun, nag-tsaka kasi ako. Tapos...
hindi ka ba lasing nun?
Nakakatawa kasi parang sabi sa amin pagdating doon, yung mga chefs, pupunta ka sa isang room kasi may briefing sila. Tapos yung room na yun, alam mo yung feeling na parang medyo intense. Parang nakalagay, chef's briefing, tapos nandun yung logo ng Michelin.
That ba sinasabi mo yan?
Ha? Okay lang. Tapos...
We'll see. Pwede ikat.
Sige, pag nawala kami ng star.
Kwento mo lang, pwede ikat pag ano.
Pero yun, medyo intense yung moment na yun. So ako, nagtsatsaa lang ako. Tapos, yun, in-invite na kami dun sa main hall. Tinawag na yung Michelin selected. So, yun, natawag yung Aya. Sobrang happy namin. Tapos, kasi letter A yun eh. Tapos, ang dami pang restaurants na kasunod. Parating na sa letter G. Tapos, napansin namin, nung nag-H na, Hapag HA eh, di ba? So, wala. Hindi nasama. So, nag-uusap kami, sabi namin, uy, we're getting a star. Kasi parang nung tinawag na yung Hapag, syempre, parang very surreal moment. Yun yung time na nag-flashback yung lahat nung paghihirap sa work, di ba? Lahat nung grind nung nagpa-private dining pa. Kasi somehow, ano siya parang dream siya nung restaurant na magkaroon.
Yeah.
Diba? Yun, sobrang saya.
Yeah. Madam. Ano yan?
Your point of view.
Service award yan.
Well, ako lang kasi yung parang front of house there Lahat, I think, mostly chefs yung kasama. So, pati yung invite ko nakalagay, chef's attire. So, tinatanong ko pa si Chef namin, Chef Thirdy, dapat ba mag-chef attire din ako? Kasi, anong invite to? Because it said, Dear Erin, pero, pagtingin mo dun sa invite, RSVP, wear chef's uniform.
Attire,
So, parang walang expectations coming into the day. Akala ko I was just there for the vibes.
For the champagne.
For the champagne. So yun, it all blacked out then for me. I was also on coffee and champagne. So maybe
Mas malala
mix
sa
of
kanya.
both. I don't know. Pero yeah, it was so interesting. I think yung pinaka-memorable for me was really coming back home to Hapag after yung celebration with the team. Kasi yun yung parang na-feel mo yung celebration with everyone. Yung pagod, yung hirap, lahat invested eh. Tas yung front of house nga may 2 members na nag-approach sa akin after ko binigay sa kanila yung service award na sabi nila may ambag na din front of house. So, nakakatuwa na parang you're able to do something like that as a team together. Yeah.
Now I'm curious ako, how was the party like? I want to know.
Medyo wild.
Paano? Gano'n ka wild?
Paano ba? Basta first time ko nakita yung restaurant na tumatakbo sila sa loob ng kusina. Tapos, parang may isang video pa ako nakita. Hindi ko na kasi maalala. May buhat-buhat ako na ano yun yung lalagyanan ng wine na ano?
Bucket?
Wine bucket or wine stand na bucket. Tapos tinataas ko lang gano'n, no? Tapos lasing na ako. Sumiinom na yata ako straight from the bottle. Tapos, alam ko, nakailang kanta yata sila ng kung ano-ano.
Tsaka nakakatawa kasi parang may mga people from the industry na pumunta rin.
Na hindi ko alam na nandun pala.
Naki-party rin. Diba? Dumating parang alauna, 2:00 na ng umaga.
Tapos lasing na.
Tapos
Actually, ang dami pumunta sa amin after. Sinabi nila, pumunta si to. Sabi ko, ha? So, okay. I guess nakita nila ako lasing na lasing.
So how was the restaurant like afterwards? Like
The day after?
The day after, yeah.
Wala. Ubus sa energy ng lahat. But you know, I
Pero
guess...
masaya, oh.
Pero masaya. Good vibes kasi pagpasok mo, parang lahat sila antok or may hangover. Pero, alam mo, the energy was right. Diba? Na parang, okay, gusto na come to work.
Party.
Diba? Parang lahat ng tao excited pumasok kahit may hangover. So, even I was on a really good high also.
In terms of the service, what changed? Sa kitchen service, yeah. Like,
kitchen service?
yeah, everything. Like, the whole restaurant vibe, the service of the restaurant.
Oh,
like,
proud.
bigla ba, like, nag-increase din ba yung reservations yun and everything?
yeah.
Until now, it's still
Yeah.
booked out. Tapos, I guess in terms of the team, parang napansin namin difference is lahat confident. Lahat alam nila may validations yung hard work nila. So parang may, I wouldn't say yabang, pero may confidence about them that exudes, even more, I don't know, even pagsabi ng knowledge,
Pride.
pag pride, lahat yan.
Yeah.
Tsaka guys, siguro maganda rin na nagkaroon kami nung star na yun. Kasi, di ba, somehow, yung mga staff, parang alam nila yung standard na ginagawa nila. Na pumapasok sila sa work na, yung ginagawa pala natin before is a standard of a 1 Michelin star restaurant. Na alam mo yun, parang they work every day para ma-fill yung standard na yun. And nakakapagbigay siya ng excellence sa buong workplace. And I think it's a very good thing. Yeah.
Now, winning the star, do you guys feel pressure in creating your menus and, doing it again, repeating it? Is there a sense of responsibility now that nakakuha na kayo ng star?
Yes and no. I think parang ang pinapaalala ko lagi sa lahat na katrabaho ko, importante yung why pa din. Diba? I feel like we can't forget the reason why we're doing Hapag or in general is because for Filipinos, diba? I feel the guide or Michelin will help us tell that story even further outside of the country. But I feel yung purpose and yung magdadala sa amin sa tamang lugar is yung why pa rin kung para sa mga Pinoy. More than anything.
Yeah.
Parang tingin ko yung importante.
So hindi kayo nag-pressure now?
Meron syempre, of course, 100%.
Hindi naman mawawala yun.
No.
Pero yun nga, parang dun sa sinabi ko kanina, di ba? Even before the star, yun na yung ginagawa ng team eh.
Yeah.
That was the
So
standard.
parang yun lang yung dapat namin i-maintain everyday. Di ba?
Yeah.
Now looking back for the three of you, did you ever thought that you'd get a star? Did it ever cross your mind na parang, magkaka-star ang Hapag? I mean, I know, last year lang naman i-announce na papasok ang Michelin. But ever, like before that, when you were starting this, or when you joined Hapag, did you ever thought na parang, someday magkaka-star kami?
I'd say yes, pero not in a mayabang way or boastful way. But I feel like in a way where we were willing to work hard to not only get it, but like we were just working hard to do our jobs right. Diba? I wouldn't say naman na yes kasi yes meron kami ngayon. Pero it's just more like yes kasi we know everyone at the restaurant was willing to work as hard.
Parang tinatanong ako, tingin mo ba magkaka-star kayo? This was before the awarding. Sabi ko, parati ko sinasabi na, alam mo, yung team talagang nagtatrabaho ng matindi. Diba? And siguro kung magkaroon tayo ng star, bonus na rin yun. Diba? So, yun, parang binubuhos ng team yung yung trabaho, yung grind, yung hard work every day. And nakuha namin yung bonus na yun.
Yeah. I think coming into it, parang there was always conversations among the three of us na with this particular team, I think this is the one that's going to take us all to reach our goals. Kasi iba yung energy,
Right mindset. Yeah.
It there's always that feeling na okay, this team will take us.
Winning team.
Yeah.
So perfect team ka ba for Hapag?
Oh yeah. I'd say.
So what's next for Hapag?
More regional cooking. Ano ba? What's next?
Oh, dami pang nasa third region pa lang kami, so medyo marami-rami
Marami
pa.
pa kaming gagawin na region. I'd say what's next is definitely still continue what we're doing, but maybe just improving on how we do it. Diba? As we go, parang tingin ko mas gagaling pa kami in terms of understanding the cuisine and culture more, and not only that, being able to share it, diba, in a better way. Parang nanotice namin kada menu change namin, mas gumagaling kami in terms of being able to interpret and shed light certain regions, diba? So sana magtuloy-tuloy yung improvement namin, which I feel like we're working hard on naman. What's next, I feel for us as leaders, siguro mentorship. That's next. Tingin ko ang importante ngayon is to be able to help the next generation dream like us and understand na may chance if you just work hard enough and keep your head down. Kasi tingin ko ang important factor ngayon na kailangan pag-usapan is we forget how hard the job is. I feel like some people, kasi some kids think right after culinary school, okay, kaya ko na agad magbukas. It actually takes a lot of time. Mahirap siya. Maraming mga moments where you'll doubt yourself, and then there are days na galing ka sa sarili mo, and then go back to doubting yourself again. And then, just, cycle siya. So I feel like that's very important that we shed light and in terms of mentorship. Parang yun yung tingin ko napaka-importante next to inspire the next person after the person before you inspired you. Parang di natatapos yung gulong ng positivity.
Mostly just to give back.
Yeah.
Yeah, sa akin naman, since na-mention na ni Nav yung mentorship, siguro sa akin yung purpose and yung why nung Hapag is gusto ko pang mapalawak, 'di ba? Kasi right now, Hapag and Daya, medyo may konting market segment lang na nasa-serve. And gusto ko personally na mas ma-share pa yung cuisine and culture to a wider audience. I don't know kung paano ko pa siya gagawin, pero eventually sana mas yun yung next step for us.
Well, personally, yung ever since before pa the service award, parang it was always like a personal dream of mine na to really uplift yung hospitality industry. Parang after seeing how much the service award meant to other front of house, nakataba siya ng puso na parang it means a lot to other front of house people na parang they feel seen and they feel na validated yung work nila. And that's something na I really want to keep going. I want everyone to feel, in the whole hospitality industry, to feel pride in what we do. Kasi it's not easy. The job that we do is not easy nor glamorous, even though we make it look that way. It's always about the people that we take care of at the end of the day. Pero there's pride in that. And I think that's something that I really want to show everyone. And yun nga, Filipino hospitality is so unlike any other hospitality out there. So I think there's pride in being able to show Filipino hospitality.
Agree. So where do you guys see Hapag in the next 5 to 10 years?
5 to 10 years. I think by... Thirdy muna? Kaya na pa niya ako ginagano sa loob mo. Ikaw muna.
Si Erin na lang muna.
Sige pa ako ni Thirdy. Ako muna may sasabihin ako. Sige na.
Kapag 5 to 10 years, well, siguro we're still doing regional food. Ano pa rin, mas marami na, mas malawak na yung knowledge. Mas nakakapag-represent na. And hopefully, we get to open more Filipino concepts na mas makakapag-represent pa sa cuisine and culture ng Pinoy. Yun, sinabi ni Nav kanina na mentoring the next generation. Hopefully, magkaroon ng hapag and aya yung mga tinuturuan namin, di ba? Magkaroon sila ng sarili nilang restaurants. And ano lang, parang sa akin, hindi ko siya masyado tinitignan ng malayo eh. Parang ano ba yung next step natin for let's say the next 3 years, di ba? Parang ganun. And slowly building the dream. Same pa rin naman yung dream ever since day one.
Siyempre si Erin, sinipa din niya ako. Hindi naman.
Na-feel mo yan? Well, honestly, day to day lang talaga. Kasi every day is different. And I mean, Kaizen.
1% every day.
1% every day. So yeah, that's my focus. Making sure we get better every day. Tapos later on, 5 years from now, you'll look back and see how much has changed na and how much you've improved and learned.
Yeah, well, if they say getting better every day, which I totally agree. Ang tingin ko sa 5 to 10 years from now will probably somehow made a dent na in terms of shedding light sa lahat ng mga regions na napuntahan namin. And I guess hoping na yung mga dinaanan namin na regions, yung mga tao are proud to say na we're showcasing it the right way. At least yun na muna, diba? Parang wala namang crazy dream of having 10 restaurants. Wala pa naman. We just wanna do it right, really.
Pag masabi lang ng mga napunta namin na region, ay na-represent nila kami ng maayos, di ba? Sobrang happy kami sa ginawa nilang representation of our region. Masaya na kami dun.
Yeah, I think yun yung one of the really dreams na nag-evolve na din for us was to make sure that other fellow Filipinos are proud of our culture and cuisine, diba? And sana kami gawin yung vessel in terms of being able to do just that.
So, Chef, last question. What would be your message to young chefs who'd like to hopefully someday have their own restaurant and maybe get a star just like you guys?
Sige na, Thirdy, ikaw na mo.
Kanina ka pa.
Kanina pa ako naninipa. I think given na yung yung work hard, diba? Parang kung ano man yung gusto mo ma-achieve, isa yun sa part ng solution. And to stick to it. And siguro for chefs in general, always cook with soul. But first, get to know your soul. Parang importante yun. Parang kunyari ako, di ba? Before, nagluto rin naman ako ng ibang pagkain. Pero parang na-realize ko na yung soul ko pala is on Filipino cuisine. So, yun. Very important siya.
Sinipa mo din ako.
Masakit ba? Yeah, I think, well, in addition to that, know your why then. And then, because I think why is the reason for us to do all of the things that we do. Kahit mapagod ka man, kahit ma-burn out ka man, if you remember your why, you'll always stick to that path.
Yeah. Ako, whatever the dream is or the goal is, stick with it. I think it takes a lot of hard work to get to where you want to be. It takes a lot of grit. That's number one. Given yung we'll make mistakes 100%. It's how you learn from it and bounce back. I think everyone seems to know that phrase, pero it's hard
essential ng mistakes.
to do. I can honestly tell you, I probably made so much mistakes as I was growing as a leader and even as a cook. Just making sure that you take note of all the mistakes and adjustments and improvements. Yun yung tingin ko. Tapos, yes, of course, yung why, very important. And then, think of a bigger picture, not just yourself. I think the best way to really get good at something is to serve the people around you, and the more people that you do it with, the farther you'll go, for sure. Hindi pwede mag-isa lang.
Alright, so thank you so much, Hapag.
Thank you.
For joining us. I really enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys had fun.
Super.
We really had fun. So maraming salamat for joining us. Now, this is the time for you guys to plug anything that you'd like to plug. Maybe your Instagram, maybe your, I don't know, baka may bago kang show, mga
Okay, may bago akong show.
mga ganyan or something. I don't know. But yeah, here's the time to plug them on and invite them to Hapag. So maybe here na lang.
Sa gitna.
Ay, gusto ko lang muna i-plug yung cellphone ko, low-bat na ako. Joke lang. Well, first of all, salamat Gio and mga ka-BiteSized for
Mga ka-BiteSized.
Kaya rito parang
Thank
kala mo inuman lang eh. Pero
Kasi totoo yung kay Thirdy, dyan yung laman yan.
well, sa lahat ng listeners, please visit us. We're located in Rockwell, 7th floor of Balmori Suites. So, merong Hapag, merong Aya. Nandun si Erin, nandun si Nav, nandun ako.
Kung gusto nyo mag-hello.
Kung gusto nyo mag-hello, parati lang kami nandun. And yeah, kwentuhan tayo dun.
Huwag lang 6 o'clock. Plug mo. Kung ano ipa-plug mo.
Yes, come to Hapag, come to Aya.
Ako, wala naman. Kain kayo sa amin. And gusto ko lang mag-hello sa pinakamamahal ko.
Yo. Ako rin
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Justine. Hello. Mwah.
Wow.
Sweet naman.
Welcome.
Alright, so thank you so much guys for joining us.
Thank you very much.
And that's it for us. Sorry. Bye.
Shit, left me hanging.
No.
Ulitin natin yan.
But that's it for us here, foodies. So we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Adios.
Maraming salamat, guys. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to follow all our socials at BiteSized.PH para updated kayo sa new episodes namin. See you in the next episode, foodies. Bye!